our world is changing. Some cities are sinking and disappearing due to human activity, climate change, and rising seas. Imagine a world where you wake up daily only to see your city slowly fading, flooded, and destroyed. Today, we're diving deep into the 15 fastest sinking cities around the globe, exploring why they're sinking and the dire consequences of these shifts. From excessive groundwater extraction to rising sea levels, cities worldwide are sinking at an alarming rate. Poor urban planning, rapid industrialization, and climate change are all contributing factors. Cities that were once thriving metropolises are now facing an uncertain future. In this video, we'll look at the science, the causes, and the real-world impact of these environmental and urban issues. Number 1. Jakarta, Indonesia. Jakarta, Indonesia, is sinking at a rate of up to 10 centimeters per year. The city's sinking is largely due to excessive groundwater extraction, where millions rely on underground sources to drink and use in their homes. Without proper regulation, the ground beneath Jakarta is slowly collapsing. Combined with rising sea levels, Jakarta is now sinking into the Java Sea. Parts of the city are expected to be underwater by 2050, and the Indonesian government has already begun planning a massive relocation project, moving the capital to Borneo. Number 2. New Orleans, USA. New Orleans, located below sea level, has always had challenges with flooding. But the city's sinking issue has worsened over time. Natural processes, like soil compaction, partly cause this sinking, but human activity plays a huge role. Oil and gas extraction from beneath the earth has accelerated land subsidence. The city is sinking at about 2 centimeters per year in some areas. Following the devastation of Hurricane Katrina, the city's vulnerability to flooding and subsidence has become more pronounced. As sea levels rise, New Orleans faces a precarious future. Number 3. Bangkok, Thailand. Bangkok is sinking by 1.5 centimeters every year. Situated on soft clay soil, Bangkok is susceptible to subsidence caused by overextraction of groundwater. As the population grows, so does the water demand. The groundwater extraction is causing the city to sink. And it's estimated that the city could be 2 meters lower by the end of the century. Coupled with rising sea levels, parts of Bangkok are already experiencing frequent flooding during the monsoon season, and without intervention, the city may face disastrous consequences. Number 4. Venice, Italy. Venice, Italy, is sinking at about 1 millimeter a year, but that adds up over time. The city's foundation sits on a series of islands in the Venetian lagoon, which is sinking due to natural subsidence and human activity. For decades, underground water extraction for industrial purposes has contributed to Venice's sinking. And now, climate change is exacerbating the problem. The city is at risk of being swallowed by the sea. The famous canals are already facing an increased threat of flooding, and the city's intricate architecture is at risk. Number 5. Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, is sinking by 8 centimeters yearly. The reason? Groundwater extraction and rapid urbanization. As more and more people migrate to the city for better opportunities, the demand for water increases, leading to overextraction from aquifers beneath the city. In addition, rising sea levels along the southern coastline of Vietnam are increasing the risk of flooding. Ho Chi Minh City has already witnessed a dramatic increase in water levels and flooding during the rainy season, and without significant changes, the future looks grim. Number 6. Manila, Philippines. Manila, the capital of the Philippines, is sinking at a rate of 1 to 2 centimeters per year. The city is sinking due to both overextraction of groundwater and rapid urbanization. The Manila Bay Area is particularly vulnerable, with rising sea levels encroaching on coastal areas. Flooding is becoming a regular occurrence, causing disruptions to daily life. Additionally, inadequate drainage and improper planning for urban expansion have only worsened the situation. Number 7. Dhaka, Bangladesh. Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, is another city rapidly sinking due to poor urban planning and groundwater extraction. The city is sinking by about 1 centimeter each year, but due to the extreme density of the population and the lack of proper drainage systems, floods are a regular issue. Dhaka is a low-lying city, and its vulnerability to rising sea levels makes its sinking problem even more catastrophic. Without infrastructure development and better groundwater management, Dhaka could face extreme consequences in the coming decades. Number 8. Mexico City, Mexico. Mexico City, one of the largest cities in the world, is sinking at an alarming rate of up to 30 centimeters per year in some areas. The problem stems from the overextraction of water from an ancient aquifer beneath the city. The city's foundations are slowly compressed as the groundwater is depleted, causing subsidence. The weight of the city's buildings and infrastructure further exacerbates the situation. This sinking issue is so severe that sinkholes regularly form, and flooding has become a common problem, especially in lower-lying areas. Number 9. Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos, Nigeria's largest city, is sinking due to overextraction of groundwater, rapid urban development, and its coastal location. As the city grows, so does the water demand, and the extraction from underground sources is causing the ground to sink. In addition to this, Lagos is highly vulnerable to rising sea levels. The city faces constant flood risks due to sinking land and rising water levels. In the future, much of Lagos' coastal infrastructure could be lost to the sea. Number 10. Calcutta, India. Calcutta, now Kolkata, is sinking due to overextraction of groundwater and poor urban planning. The city is slowly sinking at about 1 to 2 centimeters per year. Situated along the Bay of Bengal, Calcutta is highly susceptible to flooding due to rising sea levels. Seasonal monsoons already cause widespread flooding, and the city's inadequate drainage systems mean water can't escape quickly enough. As the population grows, the pressure on infrastructure increases, worsening the situation. Number 11. Shanghai, China. Shanghai, China's largest city, is sinking due to urbanization, rapid industrialization, and groundwater extraction. The city has been sinking at about 1 to 3 centimeters per year. As Shanghai continues to expand and its population grows, the demand for water increases, leading to unsustainable extraction from underground aquifers. With rising sea levels, Shanghai is at significant risk of flooding, especially in its low-lying areas. Number 12. Karachi, Pakistan. Karachi, Pakistan's largest city, faces land subsidence due to rapid urbanization and groundwater extraction. The city is sinking by an estimated 1 to 2 centimeters per year. Karachi's population has exploded in recent years, putting tremendous strain on water resources and infrastructure. Additionally, Karachi's coastal location is highly vulnerable to rising sea levels. Frequent flooding has already affected many parts of the city, and without proper planning, Karachi's future looks uncertain. Number 13. Alexandria, Egypt. Alexandria, Egypt, a city that has stood for centuries, is now sinking at a rate of 2 to 3 millimeters per year. As a coastal city on the Mediterranean Sea, Alexandria faces the dual threats of rising sea levels and subsidence caused by human activity. The city's land is sinking due to the overextraction of groundwater and the construction of large buildings and infrastructure that put additional strain on the foundation. Over time, coastal erosion and rising sea levels intensify the risk of flooding, which could swallow large portions of the city if action isn't taken soon. Alexandria, home to important cultural landmarks, risks losing its coastal heritage. Number 14. Cairo, Egypt. Cairo, Egypt's largest city, is also facing its sinking dilemma. Though it's not sinking as quickly as other cities, the subsidence rates are still concerning. Cairo is sinking by around 1 to 2 centimeters per year due to groundwater extraction and urban expansion on unstable land. As the Nile River's flow changes and the city grows, subsidence and overuse of water sources continue to cause the land to sink. With rising sea levels from climate change, Cairo is at risk of flooding, particularly in lower-lying areas near the Nile Delta. Cairo could be in danger without urgent urban planning and sustainable water management. Number 15. Miami, USA. Miami, Florida, is known for its vibrant culture and stunning beaches. But it's also sinking at an alarming rate. The city is sinking by about 1 to 3 millimeters per year due to the soft, porous limestone beneath it and the rising sea levels from climate change. High tides and storms are already causing frequent flooding, and projections show that much of Miami could be underwater by the end of the century. Despite efforts like building seawalls and installing pumps, the city faces a tough battle against nature's forces. As we've seen today, these 15 cities represent the tip of the iceberg regarding the global problem of sinking cities. From Jakarta to Lagos, cities all over the world are grappling with the combined effects of urban sprawl, poor planning, and climate change. We must act to find solutions before these cities disappear beneath the waves. Whether it's better groundwater management, improving infrastructure, or taking bold actions on climate change, the time to act is now.